It's been some year for Manchester United midfielder Kobbie Mainoo this time last year. He had made just 3 first-team appearances for the club, with only one coming in the Premier League as a second-half substitute against Leicester City in February 2023. Fast forward 1 year, he has made 44 appearances for the club, scoring 5 goals. He also established himself as a regular in the England starting lineup, starting all of the nation's knockout games on the road to the Euro 2024 final. He has started every league game for United so far this season and has established himself as a key cog in the system. His performance in the 2-1 win over Manchester City in the FA Cup final at the end of the season is probably a standout moment. At just 19 years old, there is big hope for what the midfielder can achieve, both with United and with England in the coming years. As the Three Lions return to action on Sunday, he's a player who will be missed by the national team as they take on Finland in the Nations League. Here's a look at why he's not available for England, as well as the latest update on his long-term future at Old Trafford. The midfielder was due to be with England for the international break, but withdrew at the start of the week due to injury. It comes at a time when the defeat against Greece led to calls for a second defensive midfielder to play alongside Jordan Henderson after Lee Carsley's failed experiment of playing without a recognized number 9. Mainoo was back in action for United last weekend, playing 85 minutes of the game against Aston Villa after missing the Europa League clash against Porto with a suspected hamstring injury. It remains to be seen if he will be available for the Premier League clash against Brentford when the Premier League returns. As well as his injury, the talk around Mainoo this week has been surrounding a new contract at Old Trafford. The Manchester Evening News understands that an agreement over a new deal is close, with talks taking place since back in March. Mainoo only signed a long-term deal back in February last year, but will now be awarded for his performances with increased terms. Over the last 12 months, he has made a huge impact in what has been his breakthrough year. Speaking last month, United boss Ten Hag outlined how his experiences on both the domestic and international stage can help Mainoo become the perfect midfielder. He collected such good experiences at the Euros, and those experiences will help him to become a better player, 100%. He said, "Where do I see him? The perfect midfielder is one who is very good in attacking, very good in defending. He's a player who can do that. He can play as an attacking midfielder and also as a holding midfielder. We have to see from situation to situation and occasion to occasion who is available, the opponents where we can hurt the opponent or take some strength from the opponent where we use the players. So with Kobbie, we can use him as an attacking midfield or a holding midfielder. In approaching games, this is what's needed." Bruno Fernandes and Kobbie Mainoo have heaped praise on Maximilian Iodele. The 19-year-old midfielder who left Manchester United to join Legia Warsaw in the summer made his senior debut for Poland in the Nations League on Thursday evening. Despite Iodele's best efforts, he couldn't mark his first outing with a victory, instead suffering a 3-1 defeat to Portugal. However, the teenager still managed to catch the eye before he was replaced by Jakub Moder shortly in the second half. After the game, Iodele marked the occasion with a celebratory post on Instagram, which chalked up over 50,000 likes and 500 comments in under 24 hours. The former United youngster wrote, "Despite the result, happy to have my international debut for Poland. A big learning experience against a top side and a moment I will cherish forever." Fernandes and Mainoo were just 2 of several big names to congratulate Iodele on his achievement. The former branded him class, while the latter wrote big moves. Willy Cambuola, who also left United in the summer in search of regular first-team football, and Hannibal left classy messages under their former teammates' post too. Iodele uploaded a handful of pictures from the Portugal game, including one where he's seen rubbing shoulders with Cristiano Ronaldo. Despite featuring in each of United's preseason fixtures in the summer, the teenage sensation wasn't given a chance once the season got underway. Erik Ten Hag dropped Iodele from the matchday squad for both the Community Shield and the opening weekend of the new Premier League campaign. He eventually left Old Trafford to join Legia Warsaw on a 3-year deal after 12 years in the club's youth setup. Speaking to the Polish club's official website, Adel claimed he felt destined to join. "I feel like I was supposed to join Legia for a long time, so I'm glad this transfer has come to fruition," said the former United ace. "I'm very excited about playing on this pitch. Of course, I'm aware of what a great club Legia is. I want to win the championship with the club and be part of this team. For me, it's a huge chance to earn my name. When I came here, I had a talk with the coach. He presented me with a detailed and extensive plan. After just a handful of appearances for Legia Warsaw, Oyedele earned a call-up to the national team. After the game, he swapped shirts with Fernandes, and the duo snapped a picture. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag is expected to be returning to Carrington early this week, as the Reds prepare for their clash with Brentford at the weekend. Speculation surrounding Ten Hag's position at Old Trafford appears to have died down somewhat as Ineos keep their cards close to their chest. The assumption is that the Dutchman has retained his position, but he will know that United need to improve significantly if he wants to remain employed in Manchester. Positive results are needed, and unfortunately for the United boss, they may have to be achieved without a handful of first-team players. Men's Sport has taken a closer look at the list of players who are doubts for the clash with Brentford. Garnacho was battling through the pain barrier to play 90 minutes against Aston Villa, but that hard work came at a cost. He had to withdraw from the Argentinian international team to recuperate and avoid any unnecessary long-term injuries. Euro has yet to make a competitive appearance for United since his summer switch after picking up an unfortunate fractured metatarsal injury against Arsenal in pre-season. The Frenchman recently posted a video of himself running on a treadmill, which corroborates with the suggestion that he is making good progress. Ahmad had been set to join his Ivory Coast teammates this international break, but he had to withdraw due to illness on Wednesday. There are no indications, though, that it is in any way serious. There is a concern here as to whether Mainoo has a serious issue or not. He was forced off in the draw with Villa for an unknown reason. A few days prior, the midfielder had not only trudged off with a hamstring issue against Tottenham, but had also missed the clash with Porto in the Europa League. He withdrew from the England camp last Monday, and it remains to be seen if this was precautionary or due to a serious issue. Mazraoui was substituted at half-time against Villa after suffering heart palpitations. This led to him undergoing a minor precautionary corrective procedure, and United have stressed the issue was not an emergency. He will need some time on the sidelines to recover, though Maguire was helped off the pitch at half-time against Villa, which was immediately a concern for the Reds. The injury will keep him sidelined for a short time, but that means he won't be available for Saturday. Mount did not travel to Porto or Aston Villa after suffering a head injury and a knock in the defeat to Tottenham. The head injury is believed to have required stitches, but the former Chelsea man was not concussed. Shaw's history of injuries reads for pretty sorry reading, and this time his calf problem has kept him sidelined for the entirety of the campaign to date. Ten Hag is hopeful the England international shall be back soon, though. By far the longest absentee is Malacia, who missed the entirety of last season with a knee injury. Thankfully, the fullback has made progress this season, and the expectation is that he may finally make his return to the team this month.